God only knows what's going to break over the next few days. We could be 2 days behind the news cycle here.
That's right.
But I'm excited to talk about a lot of it because it's very interesting to me. But first, I want to tell you to go to blindmike.net. When you're done supporting Hackride and going to hackridethedemon.com, then support blindmike.net. That's where you can support this program. Find all of our links. As was mentioned in the intro, all of the free links are there wherever you get podcasts for not just this podcast, but Why Are You Laughing? And Who Are These Socials? You can find our links at blindmike.net. Support the show for free. The more you like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, all that stuff, it gets more people to see the show. We start popping up in other people's algorithms. So the more you guys do that stuff, it genuinely does help the show, so I'm told. So keep doing it. We appreciate all the support. And then if you want to, for as little as $5 a month, you can get even more content. Bonus content and early access. For example, if you're watching this on Sunday, you could have had it 2 days earlier, and then the topics would seem relevant. You know, if today you're watching this on Sunday saying, Mike, we know this already. Imagine if you were watching it on Friday.
Just imagine
how fresh it would seem. So blindmike.net is where you go for all those links.
It'd be pretty cool if you guys joined.
And verygoodshow.org too, right?
Yeah. Go there.
Go there and tell them. Go to verygoodshow.org and tell them how much more you like Hackride than Craig.
Yeah, sign up and tell me that.
Go to Craig's Patreon and be like, "What is this horse shit? Hackride would do such a better job."
He would.
Genuinely.
Yes, it would look so much better.
He cares about his program, for God's sake.
He just knows everything.
All right, yeah, no, you're right. Next week I'm gonna have to blow Electra. I mean, guys, you know I make fun of her, but all right. I mean, let's get into this steel toe stuff, shall we?
Sure.
We got. I was telling Carl last night that I heard Carl saying people claim that Carl is talking about steel toe to like suck Patrick Melton's dick or something like that, like kiss up to him, which I don't understand that logic really. But I was telling him I get one level down from that. Imagine being the guy that has to suck Carl's dick. That's what people consider me. They're like, oh, you're just talking about steel toe to appease Carl. And I'm like, do you understand how much I wish Carl wouldn't talk about this subject? If he would just shut his fucking mouth and let me have one, wouldn't that be nice?
Just why?
You're crazy if you think that's why I'm talking about it. It's just fascinating to me. Like, we talked about Aaron a couple times over the last year. You remember we would mention him when we would talk about these shows that, like, beg for money?
Yes.
But I didn't, and I would ask, I was like, guys, send me, I think I even reached out to Brian Johnson at one time, because I was like, can you provide me with the stuff I should be looking at to mock steel toe? Because I'm all in for it. But I just didn't. I would like watch his show sometimes, and I was like, he seems like a fine enough broadcaster. I didn't notice anything crazy about him. And then our boy Principled Uncertainty left a comment last week, and I suppose encapsulated why I couldn't understand it. He goes, Mike, you're going through the same process we all did. The first couple times you listen to Steel Toe, you're like, this guy's pretty good. And then after a while, you're like, I guess maybe he's not as good as I thought. And then if you keep listening, you're like, this man is insane. He's got something has happened. He's deranged. Like, there's something off about this guy. So let's start, first of all. Patrick Melton mentioned us, no?
Oh, yes, he did.
Let's hear that real quick.
I caught myself watching Blind Mike Project yesterday. Blind Mike Project. You ever heard of this? Blind Mike.
You seen this, folks?
Yeah. You seen this? You heard about this?
These fucking podcasters have to stop. No, I'm just kidding. I actually liked it. I thought they did a good job. I found myself watching about an hour of it when they were talking about steel toe. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Patrick.
Turns out he's not blind. I never watched more of the Blind Mike Project than yesterday in my life. I enjoyed it. I thought he was an interesting guy. I thought the show was watchable and good. I don't know who the co-host guy was.
Whoa. I don't know about co-host.
I like this guy.
I think we praised Craig a little too much last week. What if he goes on to be like, but fucking Hack Ride, this guy taking the show down.
There would be a bomb in Venice Beach somewhere.
They were ragging on Steel Toe, which I love. They were playing some clips I hadn't seen of Steel Toe because there's so much of it. So I enjoyed it. So I fully endorse the Blind Mike Project.
Well, then I guess we've got no choice. Well, we'll keep talking about it. Like, this is the thing: is I did this with Stuttering John, where I would try. I was like, I know people are gonna say I'm just trying to hop on the Stuttering John bandwagon, so I don't want to do it. I'm gonna stop talking about him completely. But I'm fascinated by it, and I can't control these urges any longer. Like, this is, if you don't find this to be a fascinating story, what's happening to Aaron and April and Nick Rekieta, then like you just don't like this show. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But you just don't like the stuff that I'm interested in. If you don't also find this fascinating, so I'm completely hooked. So to get you up to speed, and like I said, we're recording on Friday, so God only knows what has happened in between. But let's hear Alex Stein get us caught up, because in order to move forward, we're going to have to go back at some point. But I want Alex Stein, because I thought he did a pretty good job summarizing it, to Tim Pool, by the way, which I'll tell you why this is crazy.
This is nuts.
Tim Pool is like where people get their news now. You can, I don't know how extreme he is or whatever. I don't know how respected he is, but like, no matter how you slice or dice him, this is like where people get news now. Is Tim Pool. He's got a massive following.
Kanye West went disgustingly viral on this show.
Yes. And now Alex Stein is on there, who's also a pretty big figure in that world, by the way.
Yeah,
Alex Stein is on there explaining the Dabbleverse, essentially, to Tim Pool. This is crazy.
Yeah, like, you see this Nick Rekieta drama. I'm obsessed with it.
this is decently big news. I mean, is there any outlets that's covering this?
I don't know. I haven't seen
Because he
it.
just got arrested, right?
You're talking about
Alex
Nick.
is like, I'll tell you one. You familiar with what Kevin Brennan is doing right now?
Arrested
Right.
for scheduled possession of a scheduled substance or whatever.
But apparently, like other people as well. So
his wife, and so it gets really deep. There's this guy, Steel Toe Morning Show. That's his ex-wife, April. They're currently in a
we'll
divorce.
slow down. And so this one is
Tim's like, whoa. You mentioned two names to me already. I'm lost.
All right, so the part I was missing for this whole connection I just saw, I didn't realize she was there involved.
April?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know any of this. Oh, this will
No.
be fun. This will be fun to teach you.
Okay.
So, again, this is where I have to go back a little bit. Nick Rekieta is the guy. We're going to be talking about Nick Rekieta a bit today, too. If you don't know who Nick Rekieta is, do you know, Craig?
No.
Okay, you'll be the voice of 3 listeners today. Everyone else knows who he is.
Okay.
But Nick Rekieta is like a pretty big, I don't know what you call him, but like law streamer, basically. Like, he covers the law. I think he was a lawyer. And guys, I'm a little ignorant on Nick Rekieta, so fill in the blanks in the comments if you want.
Is he big on the Karen Reed stuff?
I don't know about that specifically, but yes, like that world. You know what I mean? Like, he'll talk about cases like that.
Yeah.
So and like, I think he's like pretty well respected and has a massive following, to the point where Tim Pool is talking about it. Like, this isn't just some. When I watched the clip that we're going to talk about later, legitimately, the comparison that I assumed we were talking about was unique. Scion Z. Like, I thought we were talking about someone like that, who's just a guy that gets shit-faced on the internet every week and talks about Brendan Schaub. But no, this guy has like a massive following, I guess.
If Tim Pool is going to him for law stuff.
So Nick Rekieta has apparently developed a bit of an issue with substances. And so let's go back to Alex, because he's filling in some more of the blanks here. Oh, but I should also add, for those that don't know, Nick Rekieta became friends with Aaron and April Imholte of Steel Toe. And apparently, this is, again, according to like what things Aaron has intimated over the last few weeks, that there's like drug use and wife swapping going on between them. Nick Rekieta is married, but there's some sort of swinging element to their relationship. I don't know enough about the facts of it. I'm just going on internet speculation, but that's what I've read and heard. So, but they became friendly over the last few months or a year, whatever. And let's hear Alex Stein a little more.
For scheduled possession of a scheduled substance or whatever.
Well, apparently, like other people as well. So
his wife, and so it gets really deep. There's this guy, Steel Toe Morning Show. That's his ex-wife, April. They're currently in a divorce.
We'll slow down. And so this one is decently big news, but it's not great national news. But it is. I still think it hits that level. For those that don't know, Nick Rekieta is he's got what 500,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
he's a prominent legal commentator who's covered big stories related, like Kyle Rittenhouse and things like that. And so apparently he's fallen onto some addiction and hard times or something.
Well, one year I think he was almost a top super chat getter the whole entire year, supposedly. I mean,
yeah, he was doing long streams.
Stuttering John was second, I believe.
And I guess recently he left his camera running while he was.
Looked weird.
Taking care of himself.
That's what it looked like. His shoulder was moving in a weird way, and I know he's a lawyer and he's pretty litigious, so I don't know what he was doing, but it didn't look good. But this story is really actually kind of dark, and you probably don't know, but this April girl, she's actually a co-host of the show called Steel Toe Morning Show.
This is crazy. This is like if you put on Rogan one day, and like Dave Smith was on there. And he's like, no. So Richard Ojeda does Stuttering John's show. And like one day a week it's political, but the rest of the day it encompasses the Dabbleverse. And you're just like, what is happening here?
The guy that's divorcing her has come out and said that they're all using drugs. And then it's very random that they get arrested today because the stream just happened, I believe, 2 days ago. So something's really going on with Nick. I hope he gets help. But yeah, it's kind of big news because all the law tubers, what's really ironic is that he covers criminal cases, and now his case is going to be covered by all the law tubers. So,
okay, so you get the gist of it pretty much. But so Nick Rekieta releases this video, which we'll be talking about a little bit, and in the background you hear a voice, and people have deduced because Steel Toe said it. People have realized that was April. So April has apparently been staying at Nick Rekieta's house, and there's a lot of speculation as to why the cops were called, why these people got arrested. So we'll get into that. But now let's go back in time. Now that you have all the details, let's go back in time to earlier in the week when Steel Toe was being. Remember last week when we talked about Steel Toe?
Yes.
Actually, this is crazy when you think about it. So Carl did an emergency show. Remember how gay that was of him?
It's the gayest thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
So gay of him.
Yeah.
So Carl did an emergency show, and on that emergency show, he speculated that Aaron and April Imholte have been doing drugs. And Carl's reason for that hypothesis was that Aaron was saying, like, I've been doing things a father shouldn't be doing, and all kinds of stuff like that. Seemed pretty easy to read between the lines, which is what Carl was doing. And Aaron said, Carl is a liar. Why would Carl? Oh, I guess Carl is trying to move tickets, so he lied on his show. So having that information, let's go into a Steel Toe episode from earlier this week.
This one's called Freedom.
Yeah, so this is how this guy is talking about his divorce, which now makes a lot more sense. But at the time, you were like, Jesus Christ. And even now, knowing everything we know, it's like, this was his wife, right? Like,
Mother of his kids.
No, not the mother of his kids. That's a different woman.
Okay.
But no, but it's like, they were married for a long time. Actually, it's funny you say mother of his kids. I don't know how true this is. I'm just getting it from Patrick Melton. It's all gossip, all this stuff. I think Steel Toe's talked about it before. That I guess Aaron, when Aaron and April got married, Aaron had his kids ask April if she would be their new mom. Now keep in mind, they live with their actual mom.
Okay.
So I hope I'm not getting that story wrong because it's hilarious to me. So again, fill in the details in the comments.
It does sound perfectly made up to be funny.
It feels made up, right? So
Yeah.
I must be getting it wrong, but I think that's true.
Oh, that would be gross.
Yeah. Well,
Let us know. Let us know in the chat.
all right. So let's hear about Aaron's freedom.
I'm in this house all by my lonesome. And I call all the shots, and I got no GM, and I got no nothing. It's for the first time in steel toe history, there is no boss but me.
Well, hold on a second. Does that make any sense to you, Craig?
April wore the pants, maybe.
I guess. I guess it's like if when Hack Ride was on, I was like, finally, Craig isn't holding me down. I don't know. Isn't it your show, man? Like he refers to her as the G. So I guess they made her GM of Steel Toe Operations. Why a podcast the size of mine needs that? I'll never understand. But you know, maybe that's why he has 10,000 subscribers and I have 7. You know, that kind of thinking is why I'm failing, I guess. Why they need a general manager, I can't grasp. But he made her general manager. So Aaron is a guy. Remember last week we played the clip of him being like, "I'm the best broadcaster to ever do it."
Yes.
So a week later, he's like, "Finally, guys, finally, you've listened to me for all these years. Now, for once, you're gonna hear me do an honest show." I would be like, what the fuck have I been listening to?
This sucks.
Like, as a listener, I would feel like you know, Kirk is always the example I use of a broadcaster I respect. If I was sitting there and he was like, guys, it's all, but Bob Murchison doesn't exist. And I wasn't fired from Entercom. I just didn't like it there. It's like, what the fuck have I been listening to? It doesn't make any sense. Like, Aaron's just been lying to his audience, I guess, for the entirety of the show.
You know, like if Bob was his neighbor and they get breakfast on Sundays together.
He's like, oh, you got to hear what I said about you this week.
And now I get to craft a program the way I'd like to craft a program. And sometimes the way I'd like to craft a program
Say it again.
is talking about things that are going on in my life and adjacent to my life and things that are interesting.
Okay.
He already, within that clip, he contradicted himself.
Yes, you did.
He's like, finally, I can talk about things in my life. And you guys know me. I'm always talking about my life. Which is it?
Don't worry. This bizarre rant will clear everything up.
So this is a long one. This was wild to me. This is when I texted Carl and I was like, this is when I thought things were crazy. They get crazier, obviously, as we heard. But this is when I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
But last night, I wanted to talk to my audience a little bit about the journey I've been on. That's really kind of, it's been fucking wild. If
you guys don't know, again, I'm saying this to Craig because he's not fully aware of the situation. Aaron is a 17-year-old girl. That's why he's talking about the journey that he's been on. If you didn't have that detail.
Did he write it in lipstick on a mirror and take a picture of it?
He's eat, pray, loving his way through his divorce.
I ever done anything like it in my life before? I've never, I mean, firsts all over the place, but also understanding that I'm going through a process right now where maybe.
Can I say what, given the context we now know, the firsts that he's talking about are doing coke and Molly. And maybe wife swapping, I guess. Like, other than that, I don't know what else he's referring to. He's like, oh, firsts, as far as the eye can see, like doing drugs and getting my wife addicted to them.
Are they officially divorced?
No.
There's hope for them yet.
Yeah, I think those kids will work it out.
Absolutely everything I know is not the right. It's not respectful. It's not the right way to do things. But also getting things out that I want to get out that I'm not proud of when it comes to myself. And then on the flip side of that, there are a group of people that assume I'm talking about them because they read DMs that they get, or because that they believe a tweet, or they believe it.
He was about to say because they read headlines and then realized he shouldn't.
Because they read the Washington Post.
Yeah, but to be fair, after this Alex Stein shit, he could go that route, and I'd be like, maybe.
Yeah, now he's got something. But yeah, you're right. He was about to say they read all the massive headlines written about me. He's, by the way, I think he's either talking about Nick Rekieta or April. I think he's talking about April here, as you're about to hear.
Or they believe something else. I don't delete my shows. I don't get rid of my shows. I don't get embarrassed of what I've done and take them down. I leave them up. So don't fucking call me. Don't fucking text me and ask me, what did you say?
Now, this again is a guy who was ranting about Carl last week after supposedly not watching his show.
Well, you think if his ex-wife thought he said something, she would tune in. You'd think.
Sure, I guess, but if you get a bunch of tweets, I don't think that's crazy to text someone you know. You know, like, okay, if my girlfriend went on a podcast and was ripping into me, I would text or call her rather than go, all right, I've got to get my popcorn out and sit through an episode of Steel Toe, find out where he says this. Like, she has to sit through the whole episode rather than ask him, like, hey, what did you say?
God, it's 7.5 hours long. He didn't hit his goal.
Fucking listen to it or fucking leave me alone. Don't go and say, "No, did you say that? Did you? I heard that you said." Well, you know what? Clean the fucking shit out of your ears. Click the fucking link. Watch the thing. And so when people assume shit, the weirdest thing is when people assume shit and then respond to it without hearing it.
So this is part of where Aaron made a mistake here. Is you either have to talk about it or not talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting divorced and you don't want to talk about it because it's a legal proceeding, like, that's totally fine. Or if you want to talk about it and be honest with your audience and leave everything out there. The bizarre thing to watch that Aaron is doing is he's doing both. He's not talking about it. He's insinuating things. And then when people
speculate,
people extrapolate things from the things that he's saying, he's like, why would you think that I meant that? It's like, I don't know, Aaron, because that's what logical people do. And by the way, everyone that like, I'm sure April was right in whatever she was reading from people.
Probably.
Because every time I've heard someone talk about Aaron and Aaron say, well, they're just speculating. Why would they think that? The next night he admits that that was true.
They fucking incriminate themselves to shit I never said they did.
He's a madman.
And then I get blamed like I said it. What did I say yesterday? What did I say last night on the show?
Hold on. I'll answer. I will answer this. He said he did things, because this is from Tuesday, I think. Mm-hmm. He said he did things that he was not proud of, that a father his age shouldn't be doing, and that he didn't want to be around anymore. He said, if I have kids, I don't want my kids to find out about this or ask me about this. It's not something I should be doing as a father. That's what he said. Let's hear his version.
In the last 6 months, I've done coke 3 or 4 times, and in the last 6 months, I've done Molly 6 or 7 times.
Okay, that's a little different, Eric.
A 37-year-old with 3 kids should be fucking doing. And it's not.
Honestly, what did I say? I said that's what I texted Carl. I was like, Aaron is currently screaming the amount of times he's done drugs.
Maybe it was on weekends he didn't have his kids.
Go back a little bit. I want to hear that again. I've done coke.
Go. In the last 6 months, I've done coke 3 or 4 times, and in the last 6 months, I've done Molly 6 or 7 times.
Imagine having to make that admission. Like, what a bizarre state that you're in already.
How do you know?
Yeah, you're counting them. Like, what a weird. It's also like, so if that's true, if he did coke, what did he say? Coke 6 or 7 times? 3 or 4 times, Molly 6 or 7?
Yeah.
Like, that's not an addiction. So why is April in the state that she's apparently in? Or Nick Rekieta? Like, why are they? That feels a little like a guy who's slowly admitting things that happened. Like, he went from like, hey, you know, some stuff happened I'm not proud of, to I've done coke 3 times.
In his defense, he doesn't look like a junkie.
Well, I mean, here's where Aaron kind of did win. He got the fuck out of there.
Right.
He did see the handwriting on the wall. So this is where, like, it gets even more interesting because Aaron has a point to be made. Like, there is an element where he took the righteous path, but he's handling it so poorly that he's still the one being mocked, which is wild to watch.
37-year-old with 3 kids should be fucking doing. And it's not, honestly, it's not something a 37-year-old with 3 kids should fucking be around.
Facts.
And it is nobody's fault but my own. It is nobody's fault but mine. I did those things. I chose to do them. Nobody held me down. Nobody twisted my arm.
Yet every day I go on a podcast and insinuate that it's other people's fault. That's where people find Aaron weird. Is like, ultimately what he's saying is right, but then he goes on and is like, "Oh, what those guys are doing over there, I shouldn't even talk about it." It's like, okay.
I was just gonna say, like, this guy just, as an outsider, I'm like, he's just taking the blame right now.
Sure, yeah.
And then when it was nut cutting time, and life was getting fucking weird and hard and difficult and everything else, I said,
before he says what he's about to say, just that transition, I fully take back everything I just said.
Nut cutting time?
Yeah.
Well, Craig, what you're dealing with is what I dealt with a couple weeks ago, where I'm like, oh, I don't mind. Aaron seems fine to me. Like, on the surface, you hear parts of this rant and you're like, oh, he's right. You know, like, I get what he's saying. But then you pick up on little intricacies and you're like, I can't support this guy.
I just can't tell my friends I like.
And life was getting fucking weird and hard and difficult and everything else, I said, why don't I just stay home for a while? Why don't I? And you know what? Honestly, why don't I stay home for a while? And anyone who doesn't want to follow me is more than welcome not to follow me. That is fine. I will make my own decision. I have 3 children. Cut the fucking bullshit.
Okay.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, he's very impassioned, and like you said, Craig, he's right. Like, that is not something he should be around if he's a father, and good for him for realizing and getting the fuck out of there. But his approach to it, as we're about to watch, is what makes people go, ugh. I can't. Even when he's right, I can't support this.
Honestly, when I saw it, I cried. There was a part of me that cried when I saw the clip.
He's talking about the not the arrest. The arrest has not happened yet in our timeline. He's talking about a clip of Nick Rekieta, the one that Tim Pool and Alex Stein were talking about, where he's fucked up on a live stream.
It's horrible stuff. It's frightening stuff. So this, and I said, I'm not going to talk about this on the show. There's no way. I'm not going to talk about this.
Wonder if he
I
does.
can't. This is fucking.
But
But then Elisa Clip sent me this clip, and I thought, boy, you know, we called last night's episode "Those in Glass Houses," and when I saw this little dig, this little subtle dig, part of me went, "Go for it, kid. Go get him. Go old school." And then I had a little time.
go old school. His show's been on for like 3 years.
He just started screaming about how he's a 37-year-old man with 3 kids, and he's like, my inner voice was like, "Go for it, kid."
Go for it, Chief.
So I put my ball cap on.
So he's talking. So he's about to play a clip that we're not going to watch that because it's boring to me. But he's talking about a clip where Nick Rekieta makes some comment about him on his live stream. Now, keep in mind, Nick Rekieta, as we now know, was in the possession of drugs and was obliterated on this live stream. So Steel Toe sees that he makes some crack about Aaron, and he's like, "The gloves are fucking off. That's it.
Go for it, champ.
Go for it, big guy."
So don't
I
lie
called
to the
myself.
audience and tell them that, oh, everything was great. Everything was. No, it got heated at the end. I sent him one last message.
Yeah.
It was mean. I will admit, in full honesty. Nick said something about me being lumpy, doughy, blah, blah, blah. He used way too many adjectives. It was way too wordy, like a gay creative writing major.
Yeah.
Everything's gay. Everything's gay to Aaron. It
He's
sounded like
winning
you
me.
didn't particularly like the adjectives.
He's winning me over.
Yeah, everything's very gay.
It is.
creative writing major.
Yep.
And then he said, the world would be a better place if you killed yourself.
Nice.
So I wrote, LOL, good night, addict. And then I blocked him and got rid of the app and everything else. That was just kind of the end. And that was the end of that lovely
Showed him.
friendship.
That would be an ending.
So that was the clip that made me decide, you know what? Let's watch a little bit of that stream from last night, shall we?
Yeah,
Should we watch a little bit of that stream?
we should.
You know, because I got narratives.
Yeah.
I got narratives to make.
So he's ready to go scorched earth.
Balls on a guy.
The fucking balls on a guy.
He's ready to go scorched earth. You hear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He proclaims it. He says, like, I wasn't going to talk about this because I felt bad for these people. But then I saw Nick make a comment about me, so I said, that's it. That's it. Chief has to come. What did he call himself?
I was just gonna say, Chief. I was
The kid is ready to fight. So he's like, that's it. You've awoken a sleeping giant. It's time for to get a steel toe to the nuts. Is what you've awoken, Aaron Imholte. No more Mr. Nice Guy anymore. Now watch how he chooses to go about. This is scorched earth on steel toe, apparently.
this is Savior is the clip.
Yeah, so like this is a guy who's like, that's it. I'm sick of these guys. I'm telling you everything I think. Now listen to the immediate shift.
This guy was a friend. We did a lot of shit together in a short amount of time.
Drugs, like 6 or 7 times.
And like stuff I've never done, new experiences, all kinds of
He
shit.
keeps saying that. He's talking about drugs, right?
Yeah.
Nick Rickey didn't bring you to Disneyland, did he?
And people will refer to like a Molly experience as like, wow, like this changed my life. This was an experience. And that's what he keeps saying.
Yeah, right. You guys didn't go backpacking in Peru or something. It was you did drugs together.
Places I'd never been.
Mhm.
At his best, this could be a good man. At his best, this could be a smart man.
He was a lawyer.
But this guy in this stream, I've seen that guy before.
Okay, now we're getting into the theatrics.
And like anybody else who drinks, there's or consumes any substance really. There's the person you know in your heart exists, and there's the person you see more often than not that that doesn't jive with that other person. There have also been times where I've had a talk with this person about, hey, do you think maybe we take it easy?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I asked that a few times. I'd ask, are you okay? Are you sure that's okay? Yeah, I'm sure that's okay. It's totally fine. And then this big, long WebMD explanation as to why it's fine.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, there but for the grace of God go I.
What?
And I didn't ask,
What?
Are you okay? Is that okay? Are you sure that's okay? Because I wanted to be some fucking nag. And that's what I always heard. I always heard, you're trying to control this. You're trying to control that. No, you know what I'd like to see? Nobody die.
Here's my thing. And this is again where it's like, listening to this, I understand Aaron's point, actually. I've dealt with drug addicts in the past that I was friends with and very close with. And it kind of feels like there's nothing you can really do,
Right.
If they don't want help, there's no way you can really help them. I get that.
Yeah. If you ask them when they don't want the help, you're attacking them.
Here's the problem. Aaron is doing all of this on air.
Yep.
This is not like behind the scenes, him trying to get them help. He's like, oh, guys, I'm such a good guy. Like, I really tried to save them because one time I said, hey, you should really get some help. They were like, nah, fuck you. And I was like, well, I'll never see any of you again. This is the story that he's telling, by the way. It's like him trying to get us to be like, wow, Aaron, you really did the right thing. But if he was doing the right thing and really cared about these people, he wouldn't be having this out on air. Again, he's trying to be honest with his audience or whatever. I don't think he necessarily knows what that means. Because being honest with your audience would be telling them what was going on. Not this vague, like, I don't want to say anything, but I'm the good, just so you guys know, I'm the good guy when you do find out all the details. Like that's, I think, the frustrating thing with Aaron. And maybe this is such a bizarre circumstance that maybe he learns from it and realizes. And maybe now without the GM there, they fired the GM at Steel Toe. So maybe without that restriction, maybe he will start being more honest with his audience, and maybe those shackles will be off. But he just seems like a guy who's trying to convince us how great he is.
And boy, is he.
He sure is.
Why is my camera so on? Trying to shut the show down. I'm like,
This is Nick Ricada.
play the credits. No. What we'll do is we'll sit here. Guys, here's credits.
What are we looking up at the ceiling and all this? This is.
What?
I know to some of you this is funny, but this
Hold
is.
on. Keep in mind, remember a few seconds ago, Craig? Reach back in your memory for me.
Reaching.
Remember a few seconds ago when he was like, the gloves are off.
Yeah.
It's time for the kid to enter the ring.
Yeah.
And now listen to what he's about to say. For some of us, Aaron, you just said you were one of us.
Yeah, but and I will say in his defense, like there's a chance that his ex-wife is like under the table right now.
Oh, more than a chance, my friend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's time to go away. This needs help. And this needs help that I couldn't give any of these people.
No. You can't make people do things, Aaron.
I didn't
You
watch,
can't.
you know, I know everybody wants me to burn it down, but I spent.
He's trying, you can hear in his voice, he's trying his best to cry. It's like, Aaron, you don't have to cry here. That's the thing is, here's what's crazy about it. It is a crazy situation that I would feel bad for Aaron for if he wasn't doing all this horse shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what's interesting about it to me is like, I feel for the guy genuinely, but then he's going on his show and putting on these theatrics because he thinks he's like winning over fans or something. He realizes this is a time where a lot of people are focused on his show, so he thinks he's creating new fans, but in reality you're looking at it and going like, oh, he seems like kind of a phony.
Judging by the brief amount I know about this,
Yeah.
I think if he just told exactly what's going on, people would tune in.
Right. Yeah, you don't need to do that. Go back a little bit. You don't need to see him, I mean, try to pull tears out like you were moving a couch down the stairs. He's like, how do I get these fucking tears out of here? The angle just doesn't seem, I don't know how they got it in here. What the fuck?
Give any of these people.
No. You can't make people do things, Aaron.
I didn't
You
watch,
can't.
you know, I know everybody wants me to burn it down, but I spent a lot of fucking time with this man and this man's family.
Yeah.
That's what I really hated when he's like, this is a good man.
Right.
Just admit you hate it. You think like he kind of stole your wife from you and got her addicted to drugs. That on itself is interesting. You don't have to put on these theatrics, and that might be a thing you do cry about and get worked up about on air. But if it's not genuine, people can see right through it. That's the issue.
You can go scorched earth on this guy and still not talk about your wife.
Well, here's the problem too, I think the audience picks up on this. Like a lot of times people are shitty on the internet. Absolutely. People on Reddit and in the YouTube comments can be shitty, but a lot of times they also pick up on things. And what I think people picked up on with Aaron is that it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like he cares more about what like Patrick Melton says about him, or what Chad Zumach says about him, or Kevin Brennan, or Carl. He cares more about what those guys think about him than what's happening with April and Nick. That's what people are picking up on, where it's like, oh, he cares more about hitting his goal and the fucking lights. God. I was praying for a light mention, but he's moved on, fortunately.
We'll see next week.
Yeah. But like he seems more concerned about these other factors than he does his marriage falling apart. At least that's how it seems to the audience.
Stop shaming yourself. Stop hurting yourself.
This is scorched earth.
Mother
Stop
Goose.
harming people that I care about too, believe it or not. I know they may not think so, but people that I care about too. that I left behind because I didn't want to be associated.
You know what I do with people I care about? I leave them behind.
Good. That's what a real man does, Craig,
Yeah.
and not this pussy shit.
Yeah. And yesterday, I guess I don't know what the timeline is. Like my kids got like strep in the other room, and I'm like, nope, we got to do this.
Yeah, we
show.
did an episode. We did. This is what a man does.
Yeah.
We did an episode of Why You Laughing yesterday, and Craig's like, when I'm done with this, I got to take my kid to urgent care. I was like, we could do it later. He's like, nah, it's fine.
Well, it's more nuanced than that, but
That's what you do to people you care about, Aaron. You just forget about them.
that's right.
I didn't want to put them or myself through it. And I have 3 children, and I can't do it. I can't go back and forth between the 2 experiences. My house and this one they're very different houses. And but that doesn't mean I don't give a shit. That doesn't mean I see this the way the rest of the internet does and goes, look, he's fucked up. I look at this and I go,
This was a friend,
5 fucking kids.
someone you cared about. Their
Take a
family.
Well, I gotta say, if that's the case, if it's a friend, you should be giving this impassioned speech to him.
At his door.
No matter how many tries it takes, not just you shouldn't be giving it to us if you're not ready to talk about it. If you were honest and came on and talked about it and said, guys, I've exhausted all options. I've told Nick in April that they have a drug problem. They did a lot of fucked up things to me, and that's why my marriage ended. But at the end of the day, I do care about these people, so I've tried to get them off substances. My hope is that me mentioning it on the show will open their eyes to it. Maybe more people will get on them to get off drugs. It'll raise some attention to the fact that they have a problem. And that's why I'm coming to you people. I've exhausted all options. But instead, it seems like, and I'm using Aaron's words, the way Aaron has described this story to us. It seems like what happened was Aaron was like, hey guys, I don't want to do drugs anymore. Are you with me? And they were like, nah, we want to keep doing drugs. And he was like, all right, see you later. Like that's how it seems to, and I'm sure there's more to it than that, but I'm just going off what Aaron tells us.
I find it very funny that you sounded more concerned. In that little speech, you sounded more concerned about the well-being of these people than he did.
Yes, because I'm being genuine.
Yes.
That's the thing, is that I can say that. These are 2 people I've never met, and I can say, hey, I hope they get their shit together without going, guys, drug addiction is a serious issue. And I just don't want to see another life lost to drugs.
He's a good man.
He's a good man. He's a smart man.
5 kids.
I don't need to do that to seem genuinely concerned about these people that I've never met.
Take 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, go somewhere.
Get a chip.
I've had these conversations before. Nobody fucking listened to me.
Because they're drug addicts.
I said, are you sure that's okay? Yeah. Are you sure that's all right? It got
Was
to
he
the
talking to, I'm sorry, go back a little bit. Was he talking to Pacino or Nicholson when he said that?
Yeah.
Let me hear that again.
to me. I said, are you sure that's okay? Yeah.
Am I sure? I'm just getting warmed up.
He said, say hello to my little friend.
Look, but don't touch.
Got a great ass. That's what he said about April.
I said, here's Johnny.
Yeah.
I want to hear that once more.
Oh, I rewound it.
Conversations before. Nobody fucking listened to me. I said, are you sure that's okay? Yeah.
Wah! I said, are you sure that's okay? He said, I knew it was you, Fredo.
I don't want my wife bothered anymore.
He said, what's my name? Dunkachino.
These conversations before. Nobody fucking listened to me. I said, are you sure that's okay? Yeah. Are you sure that's all right?
He sounds like Caliendo doing Pacino.
I know. Donnie.
Oh.
He's just turned into Donnie Brasco Pacino. There's a draft.
Got to the point where people got angry with me. People got annoyed with me. People got upset with me. This isn't good, man.
This is a good man.
This isn't good, man. He went from he's a good man to this isn't good, man.
Then fire me.
But there's blood on his hands, Mike.
Oh God. Please, I pray that Aaron's hands are clean here.
I will say Aaron is elite at still shots of this guy. You make him look more fucked up than he even is.
Well, but that's the thing is like, so this guy is an addict, which you can have sympathy for. Everyone, and I mean everyone, would understand that if your wife is now living with this fucking guy and he tried to get them off drugs and he was like, fuck you, and went on to talk shit about you, everyone would understand Aaron taking a victory lap over this video.
Yeah.
What they don't understand is him going, that's it. The kid is stepping into the ring. The gloves are off, baby. Put up your dukes. You're a good man. And I love you very much. That's what's bizarre about this.
Cry for help. Conscious or subconscious, that's a fucking cry for help.
And people do care, though.
I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
I wish I could ha-ha at this. Like
God, can you take some of the care away from me? I'm just too compassionate. Oh, God, why did you give me such a heart? Damn you!
This angers me. Because I got treated like a fucking pariah because I said fucking slow down.
I mean, that's him just saying, come on, Tears, where are you?
Come on. Oh, I think he just said something gay again. Something's gay again.
And I'm not going to do a gay thing any gayer than I've already done and say, oh, Nick, listen.
We watched you try to cry for sympathy. I think the gay jar is going off the rails.
Keep it up. You're going to be at a Hamas rally in like 5 seconds.
But I will say this.
You know what's gay is pregnant pauses for effect like this.
Well, he's collecting his words, Craig. He's very sad about this.
It's pretty gay.
He definitely wasn't happy when he saw that Nick and April were arrested. I mean, there's no way he would have been happy about that.
I gotta be free of everything involving this.
Yeah.
Because I am not going to have someone's fucking death on my hands. I'm watching a guy fucking die.
It wasn't on your hands, Aaron, until you said, like, I was in the house and I just left. No one would have blamed you for this.
I'd have been like, I get it.
I take that back. And here's what Aaron's ultimately concerned with, I think. There are people that would have blamed him. Assholes on the internet. Like,
Correct.
people, and I don't even say assholes derogatorily, necessarily. Like, people that are trying to be assholes.
People that'll make you react.
People that like want to get a rise out of Aaron will be like, hey, Aaron, it's your fault. But like, who cares about them? That's not what you should be worried about. That's not what you should be formulating this whole reaction around. Is people might criticize you for something.
This is our last clip here.
Okay.
Shut it off.
Woo.
Shut it off.
Hey, Aaron, you're controlling this.
You know what's funny is the first time I saw this clip, I was like, he's telling this guy to shut it off. Now I'm like, wait, I think he's telling him.
He's controlling it.
Right. Right.
Enough. That's like if right now Craig played me like drunk in Madawaska and was like, "Hey, this man has a stop it. He has a problem." And I'm like, "Craig, you're the one. You can pause it right now." And you're like, "Enough."
I'm like, shut it off. No, you swear. I'm so great.
Shut it off. Listen to this fake This is Aaron. When you ask yourself, why are people making fun of this? I think most people understand. Like, we pity your plight. It's a terrible situation to be in. And I'm not saying I'd handle it well, but what I wouldn't do is go, guys, I just love this man so much, and it pains me to watch him suffering. And this, by the way, is like, we didn't know anything about April being in his house or anything.
Yeah.
We just thought, like, this is a guy he kind of wants to take a victory lap on, but is pretending he's sad about it. So listen to this again. And Aaron, you must hear this. And like I said, the first few times I listened to Aaron, I liked him. I didn't have a problem with him. But like when I started hearing stuff like this, Aaron, you must know this sounds even if it's not. It sounds very fake.
I bet there's the anger's probably real, but it's coming out fake.
Yes, he's not angry that this camera is on.
Right.
Shut it off.
Woo.
Shut it off.
As his hand lingers over the play button.
Go take care of yourself.
It would be great if the other guy, I don't know who that guy is, his producer.
He kind of
would be great.
The Collinsworth slide in like 40 minutes into this.
It would be great if his producer was playing it and Aaron yells, "Shut it off!" And the guy's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." And Aaron's like, "No, keep going. I just want to make a powerful statement here.
Pretend you're in the bathroom and you didn't get the message.
No. I just want to make people think I really care."
Inside of you, there are two wolves.
He looks like shit.
Yeah.
That looks like warmed over death warmed over, whatever you want to call it.
Like, that to me is more genuine.
Yeah.
Because you have double vision.
Just close an eye to fucking read.
Hey.
Is he going to read bumps on a paper next?
And his eyelids skinny.
This will exist forever, dude. This will exist forever. And by the way,
Wow.
That was it.
Oh, so. Oh, I forgot. That's why I ended it there. I didn't like the idea that the producer was like, "Well, it will live forever now that Aaron has played it from Steel Toe." It's like, no, it was kind of a big story before.
You know how many views this guy's original video probably has?
Right.
Ed.
Yeah. So, very. It just seems disingenuous. That would be my one takeaway from all that. But now where are we? Are we up to yesterday with MLC?
Chad.
Yeah. So it turns out, and Aaron admitted this on his podcast, that there's a voice you hear in that Nick Rekieta video. Someone goes like, "Hey, your stream is still on," something to that effect. Aaron acknowledged that was April. But the funny thing is, like, no one knew that. And then Aaron was like, "Well, everyone knows since you could hear her voice, so I guess I'll just say it. It was April in that video." And he does stuff like that where it's like, "Aaron, you wanted to say this, so just say it. Don't look for an excuse to say it. Say it or don't."
Right.
Like, that has to be the rule. Either I'm going to say this or I'm not going to say it. It can't be the commenters have bullied me into having an opinion or not having an opinion on this.
But we got poor Chad.
Poor Chad. I mean, the guy, you tell 40 or 50 major lies, and all of a sudden no one believes you.
Hey, I'm not trying to ambush you, Aaron. I'm not trying to.
How fucking dare you?
But I'm getting tons of messages, and I don't know if you want to deal with this or talk about it, or if you know anything.
We're not reading messages. People are
No.
sending
You need to. You need to. This is big. show.
Chad's like,
This is big.
"Kevin, a second tower is just hit."
Enough already.
Kevin's like, "Shut the fuck up, Chad."
everyone, I mean, I'm getting bombarded that April has been arrested today with the Ricardas. And their mugshots are online. It's all over the place, dude. Do you know anything?
I don't believe that.
Is that her?
That reaction is interesting because a lot of people suggest that the clip of Nick Rekieta was out for a couple days. Steel Toe was getting ready to go on MLC. There are people that think Steel Toe called the cops on them or something to line up their arrest with his Steel Toe appearance. That to me seems a little crazy, but I've seen that speculated.
I believe that he probably called to probably help them in some way, but to line it up with an appearance, I doubt it.
Yeah, as do I, but I have seen people saying that on Reddit. I don't know that I buy it either, but I do think he may have called.
Which,
like, that makes sense to me.
I don't have a problem with that.
No,
if you're gonna call, because like they're definitely in a downward spiral to help get them clean, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think that's why he called, but yeah.
Oh, that would be my reasoning.
Yeah, no, I don't. I doubt that, but
exhaust all other resources. Call if needed.
Right.
I don't think so. No, that's not. No. There's no way.
I mean, I'm getting bombarded with this. I'm not joking. It's not even
bombarded. That's been edited. That's for sure been edited.
When Nick Rekieta and his wife are in jail for possession, along with Aaron Imholte.
No, that's definitely been altered.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I don't believe that. That's silly.
I don't know.
Chad went with his instincts.
I'm just telling you what everyone's telling me.
He's being bombarded by two things.
This looks real to me.
Thank you, Gonzo. Agent Quan reminder: Snitch Zumach is a confirmed police informant.
Holy shit!
An enemy of the people. Make sure to unsubscribe from his Patreon.
That's
and YouTube
pretty real
before
reaction.
the long weekend.
Yeah, I agree.
Great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Thank you.
If I'm getting these messages, Aaron is 100% getting these messages.
It's also weird because
right now, so something's going down.
I'm just checking.
It's also weird because Aaron and Chad are enemies. Do you know about this?
I assume everyone's a Chad enemy.
Yeah, so Aaron and Chad hate each other. And Chad started saying stuff like, you and your wife are going to be... This is about a year ago. Chad would say things like, you and your wife are going to get a divorce. And all this like, he predicted it almost to the day. And yet, Aaron is on MLC like, hey, I haven't seen the whole appearance. I've just seen clips. But, like, he's on there, like, with his buddies, it seems like. Like, there's no him and Chad beef. They're totally fine. And him and Chad were vicious to each other. And yet, Aaron is going after, like, Carl for some reason.
They're saying Melton's fans did this.
Okay, it doesn't matter what they're saying. But
it doesn't matter who did it. They had it. I mean,
and what Aaron's saying is true. Like, if you're this drunk and live streaming, you can call fucking child services.
Yeah,
just
if you go on that, I'm sorry, Kevin, I apologize. If you go on that fucked up, this is what I've been telling this motherfucker for a long time. I've been telling anybody who would fucking listen. You're putting your goddamn family at risk and everybody around you. I said the guy was a fucking ticking time bomb. I said this was going to happen.
I was right, most importantly.
See, this is what it really sounds like.
Yes. That's exactly right, Craig. That's what he should have been doing. Is like, hey, I fucking told these guys, like, if they don't get help, something like that's going to happen. And now he's on a live stream, and my fucking wife is in his house, and it's just a disaster. And I tried to warn them, and whatever happens to them, it's their own fault, because I got the fuck out of there. We wouldn't be talking about him right now, because I wouldn't give a fuck about the story. The part I find fascinating is him being like, as Al Pacino said in The Godfather. like just his horse shit reactions is what makes it interesting to me. But
yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. This one he didn't have time to rehearse.
Right. This is genuine.
Fucking family, you gotta knock it off. And he puts his wife, he puts my soon-to-be ex-wife, and all 5 of his fucking kids in danger because he's a selfish, narcissistic fucking cunt, and he can't
go
stop himself.
There it is.
There you go, Aaron. That's just be fucking genuine, and people will be on your side, I think.
I like
And again, there are people that won't be. Like
Right.
there are going to be people that say you suck. You kind of just have to deal with that, you know?
right.
And that's the problem of having, I think, one of these shows that rely on the chat. Now, Aaron has more like topics and shit prepared than Kevin Brennan or John or any of these people.
Yeah.
But he does like look at the chat a lot. And I think that becomes the problem with that. Luckily, I just have Craig read super chats when they come in. I can't see them. So
That's all.
so that's where I am lucky, I guess. But that is the problem is you feel like you become beholden to them or something. So
right.
yeah, I don't know. Pretty fucking wild, and God only knows what's broken in between us doing this show and it coming out on Sunday. So
Oh shit.
that's why you get on the Patreon, folks. BlindMike.net. Become a member.